Well, I'm back. And you know what that means? It means what we considered in verse 15 last week in James chapter 4 came true for my life, and that is that if the Lord wills, then we will live and do this or that. And so God must have in his will to allow me to keep living in order to record this video. Now that's a clunky opening, isn't it, to a weekly greeting video? But it makes the point that we shouldn't take even these sort of more run-of-the-mill parts of our routine in our week for granted, because we don't have a guarantee for tomorrow. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, and we're not in charge of our lives. So I can see behind me, and you can see behind me, there's a clock sitting in right outside of my kitchen here. And time just keeps marching on. But at some point, unless God chooses to come back while we're still living, for those who are in Christ, unless that happens, then at some point the time stops for every one of us. And there will be no more time on this earth. It'll be our time to die. I'm dressed up in a dress shirt here. I just got back from officiating a graveside service for Melissa Weatherford's dear dad, 98 years old. We would all say that's a super long life, and it certainly is. What a wonderful gift God gave him and the family for that. But in the scope of eternity, every life, no matter if it's 9 months, 9 years, 98 years, or even more, is really a blip on the continuum of eternity. That's why verse 16 this week is so pointed. We act and plan and execute as though we're in charge and as though this is all there is, this life. But James warns us. He says, you don't know what tomorrow will bring. Your life is a mist. The Lord's in charge, and if he wills, you'll live. But he gives us the rebuke in verse 16. As it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. So that really kind of hit me between the eyes. When I act as though I'm in charge, when I act as though this is what there is, when I act as though tomorrow's guaranteed because I said so, because I've got plans, that's boasting. And when I boast, I'm being arrogant. And being arrogant means I think I'm in charge, but I'm not. And that's really the punchline for this week is, again, don't boast, because when we boast, we're being arrogant, thinking that we're in control, but we're really not. And like I said, there's this sort of both and. We are to make plans. We are to live as though there's a tomorrow and make those plans. And we're to commit them to the Lord, but we're to hold them loosely, knowing that God is in charge. And that's really the true north focal point that we have to have in life is, Lord, you're in charge. If you want me to live another day, I'll live another day. And with your strength and your direction, that day will be 100% committed to you, for you, your purposes, and for your glory. So let's boast in the Lord this week and boast in his good way and in his good provision, and not in what we think we are in control of. I love you guys, and again, if the Lord wills, I will see you again next week. God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.